Stitch is a genetic experiment created by a mad scientist. The Galactic Command Director sees him as an abomination, as something that could only be a monster, and exiles him. He's hyper-energetic, destructive, and violent. But Stitch manages to escape and arrives on Earth, specifically in Hawaii. His creator, Dr. Jumba, is sent along with Prickly to capture him. In Hawaii lives Lilo. She's not just a peculiar girl, but truly strange. Her peers don't understand her. Lilo lives with her older sister Nani, who at just 19 years old is already in charge of her little sister. Lilo attends dance class and her teacher asks why she's late. She answers that she has a fish that she gives a peanut butter sandwich to every Thursday, but today there was no peanut butter at home. The teacher compassionately asks why this ritual is so important. Lilo responds that the fish controls the weather. The adults around look at her with pity. They know these ideas are defense mechanisms to cope with her parents' death. A classmate tells Lilo, "You're crazy," so she jumps on her and starts hitting her. The teacher separates them, and although he doesn't scold Lilo, tells her he'll have to call Nani. Lilo isn't bad. She quickly apologizes and promises not to do it again. She asks to stay in class because she loves dancing. Lilo tries to join her classmates who are playing with dolls, but when she takes out her own, handmade by her and really ugly, her friends leave before she finishes her story. Nani arrives to pick up Lilo, but she's already gone. While running to find her, a car almost hits her, and angry, she kicks the vehicle. This mistake will have consequences. When Nani gets home, Lilo has locked the door. She finds her in a depressive state, saying, "Don't bother me," while listening to melancholic Elvis songs. Nani was calling for her to open up when the social worker arrives. The owner of the car Nani kicked, Mr. Bubbles, is there to verify if Lilo has adequate and safe custody after becoming an orphan. He has the power to take her to another family if he sees that she isn't being properly cared for with Nani. Bubbles sees that the house is a mess and that Nani doesn't have much time to maintain it and take care of Lilo. He warns her that if the situation doesn't change in 3 days, he'll take the girl away. Nani and Lilo fight, though they love each other. Nani is frustrated because she doesn't want to lose her sister, but she expresses it by getting angry with her. They say hurtful things to each other, but like good sisters, they soon apologize and make up. Lilo tells Nani that she prefers her as a sister rather than as a mom. Lilo confesses that she hit and bit her classmate. Nani sighs, not knowing what to do. Clearly, raising her little sister is overwhelming her. All she can do is love her and be patient. At that moment, a shooting star falls, and Lilo makes a wish to have a friend who won't abandon her. Nani doesn't hear it, but she knows she must do something for Lilo. However, that wasn't a star, but Stitch's spacecraft. He arrives on Earth, begins to explore, gets hit by a car, and is taken to the pound as if he were a dog. The next day, Nani takes Lilo to choose a pet so she won't feel so alone. Lilo finds Stitch. She gives Stitch a hug and is delighted with this new little friend who shows her affection. Nani tries to dissuade her, but Lilo is determined. She saw something in Stitch that she liked, and she felt a connection with him. Meanwhile, Jumba is ready to shoot and capture Stitch, but Pleakley stops him because they can't put a human child at risk. Lilo begins to train Stitch, but he's not used to following rules and his violent impulses emerge. However, he can't risk being rejected by Lilo since Jumba would catch him, so he must control his impulses and become more docile. Nani works at a restaurant with David, a guy who tries to ask her out, but she's too busy with Lilo. At the restaurant, Jumba and Pleakley appear and attack Stitch. With this commotion, Nani gets fired. Lilo asks if her firing is her fault, but Nani denies it, always careful with her sister's feelings. At home, Stitch plays aggressively with Lilo. Nani gets upset and wants to get rid of him. She's overprotective of her sister, trying to prevent anything from hurting her. But Lilo tells her they can't abandon him because Stitch is also an orphan. When Nani insists on taking Stitch away, Lilo reminds her of what their father used to tell them. Nani responds that Stitch hasn't even been there long enough to be considered family, to which Lilo replies, "Neither have I." Then she pronounces the key phrase. Ohana means family, and family never leaves or forgets you. Stitch hears these words and notices their power. Lilo takes him to her room and is patient with him until Stitch takes the photograph under her pillow. Although we don't see the image, it's evident that it's very important to Lilo. At night, Stitch finds The Ugly Duckling Story and has Lilo read it to him. She explains that the duckling managed to be happy when he found his family a place to belong. The next morning, Mr. Bubbles arrives and warns Nani that she must get a job or he'll take Lilo away. But Lilo's antics and Stitch's character frustrate each of Nani's attempts to find employment. David finds Nani and Lilo sad and invites them surfing. While surfing, Jumba catches Stitch, who grabs onto Lilo and nearly drowns her. Everyone makes it safely to shore, but Mr. Bubbles sees the scene and decides that Lilo isn't safe with Nani. He'll take her away the next morning. Now Nani has to tell Lilo that they won't be together anymore. David tells Stitch that he ruined everything. Feeling bad, Stitch considers leaving. The Galactic Command sends Captain Gantu to capture him after Jumba's failure. Stitch sees the photo under Lilo's pillow. It was her family before the car accident that took her parents. Lilo tells Stitch that her family is broken, but that he can be part of it. Stitch decides to leave to avoid hurting Lilo any further. Lilo wakes up sad, believing Stitch left because he didn't want her. Jumba chases Stitch. They enter the house and begin to destroy it. Lilo decides to call Bubbles for help, but one of Jumba's weapons explodes and the house blows goes to pieces. Nanny sees the firefighters pass by and follows them, knowing it's about their house. Upon arrival, Lilo is already in Bubbles' car. Nani begs him, saying no one will understand and love Lilo as much as she does. Lilo hears this, gets out of the car, and runs away. She meets Stitch, who reveals to her that he's an alien. Captain Gontu arrives and captures them both. Nani sees this and is devastated. Stitch escapes from the ship but leaves Lilo behind. Nani finds him when he's captured by Jumba and asks them where Lilo is. They tell her that she was taken by the Galactic Command and is lost forever. Nani breaks down in tears. Stitch, seeing this scene, approaches and says, Ohana means family, and family never leaves or forgets you. Stitch convinces Jumba to rescue Lilo. They take the ship and manage to save her. Lilo is happy to see him. You came back, to which Stitch responds, your family never leaves you. The Galactic Command Director arrives, the one who had considered Stitch a monster. Before departing, he asks to say goodbye and says, this is my family. I found it all on my own. It's little and broken, but still good. The director, seeing how much they love each other, allows him to stay. Mr. Bubbles, witnessing everything, decides that Lilo can also stay with Nani. Stitch integrates perfectly into this family, now composed of Lilo, Nani, David, Jumba, Pleakley, and even Mr. Bubbles. Stitch becomes Lilo's best friend, while Nani and David are finally together. They might be a different family, but they're a great family.